What is going on, YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we have some really big news out of the LCS that we're going to be talking about. This is news that Evil Geniuses has signed Goldenglue, but also will be starting Huni this weekend. So over the offseason, obviously Evil Geniuses signed Huni. He's been playing on their academy team because they have Bang at 80 carry and jizuke in the mid lane. They have two imports, so they have not been able to play Huni, but Huni is going to be a resident after this upcoming summer split heading into next year's 2021 spring split. So it's more of a long-term signing for them. But recently, obviously, their League of Legends LCS team has been struggling a little bit. jizuke hasn't had the best performances. Their team's been a little bit up and down. They were really hyped up for a couple of weeks, and then they've kind of been on a skid. And this is pretty crazy news that they have signed Goldenglue again in order to be able to play Huni, because they were either going to have to come up with a resident 80 carry or a resident mid laner. Goldenglue, even though he hasn't been great in the LCS recently, I do think he was one of the worst mid laners in the league last split. He is a resident. He will allow them to try something different. He will allow potentially an upgrade in the top lane, maybe an upgrade in the mid lane. Obviously, jizuke on certain champions is one of the best mid laners in the league, but he seems very one-dimensional at times. He seems very inty, very tilt-proof, or very prone to tilting at times, very up and down, a lot of just negative stuff. And while Goldenglue maybe isn't the best mid laner in the world, he seems to be at least somewhat consistent at times. Maybe has a little bit bigger champ pool, and maybe will give them a better look, allow them to do a different play style, because he's not a very resource reliant mid laner, and who he usually demands a little bit more resources as he's trying to carry out of the top lane. So this is really, really interesting. But the craziest part is that they've only signed Goldenglue to a 1-week contract. So it seems like this is a very short-term thing where they're going to be trying it out, testing it out, seeing how the team works with Goldenglue, seeing if who he is able to do well, if Goldenglue's able to do well. And if things don't start trending upwards fast, it seems like they could, just completely revert back to the old roster of having Kumo in the top lane and jizuke in the mid lane. It's kind of a weird move. I'm surprised they only signed him to a 1-week contract. They're not really committing to anything. They're being very, very experimental, just kind of trying stuff out. But yeah, I thought it was really random that they signed Goldenglue, that they signed him to a 1-week contract, but then it starts to make sense when they want to try out Huni, and instead of promoting their academy mid laner, they're getting a veteran mid laner. They're getting an experienced mid laner, a guy who you pretty much know what you're getting with. He's going to be a mid to below average, bottom half of the league mid laner, but he's going to be hopefully serviceable. And Huni could be a bottom half of the pack top laner, but he also could be one of the best top laners in the league when he's on, when he wants to be. It'll be interesting to see if Huni is motivated, if he's ready to take control of the top lane and take the starting spot back and start taking over and winning games, or if he's unmotivated, just kind of collecting paychecks, waiting for these games to just go through. But yeah, it could go a lot of different ways. It's at the least interesting. We'll have to see how Huni does, how Goldenglue does, how Evil Genius is able to do. This is going to be a big weekend coming up for them. It should definitely be interesting. But yeah, big news coming out of the LCS again that Evil Geniuses has not only signed Goldenglue, but he's going to be starting this weekend, and Huni will be starting as well. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about these changes that Evil Genius has made? Do you think they're going to have a good weekend? Do you think they're going to completely backfire? Whatever. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to update on the latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.